5 seconds. I listened to the speeches delivered yesterday and today with respectful attention. I have no reason to complain about the method or the manner of any of these speeches. In fact, I am grateful to the members who are sitting on this side or on the other for the kind words that they have said. That presents an opportunity for review and scrutiny of the acts and omissions of a ministry. I feel on the wholehearted by the general approval that has been given by this House in the course of the past 7 hours to the working of the ministry. I see every reason why there should be more of cooperation and more of understanding between us so far as the objectives are concerned. I think there can be no difference of opinion between any two sections or two members of this House, even if political prejudices were to prevail. The line of demarcation would be a very thin one. So I am glad to find that the issues have been handled tenderly and generously. Some reference was made in one of the speeches to the joint responsibility of the cabinet and also to the need for cooperation. There has, I presume, never been any doubt about the joint responsibility of the cabinet. It is, in fact, enshrined in our constitution. All matters of policy, especially the major ones, are considered and settled by the cabinet. Nevertheless, a large field is left to the ministry where it has to exercise its discretion, but the principle of joint responsibility is not in any way jeopardized thereby. There has been a suggestion that there should be more of coordination, and a reference has been made to some of the remarks made by one of my colleagues. We have in this connection to bear in mind that we are not here serving a unitary state. It is more like federal than a unitary state, especially the subjects with which the home minister happens to be concerned would ordinarily be the primary concern of the states. The state's sphere has been earmarked by the constitution and has been defined in very clear terms, but the task of administration really does not admit of artificial or airtight compartments. So efforts have been made to bring all those who have to carry out these common undertakings as close as might be feasible. We have the planning commission, we have the national development council, and we have also the standing committee of the national development council to deal with these matters. But all the same, it has to be borne in mind that in a democratic system decisions are reached more through understanding and persuasion than by imposition. So, if there be little impatience at times, we have to take this factor into account. But I fully agree that there should also be complete coordination and unity and concerted endeavor. All suggestions that may be made to facilitate and promote this process will be welcome. We, on our part, still continue to explore the possibilities so that there may be greater coordination. I referred to the agency through which this parliament has to function. It is an obvious fact that our laws might have significance and can prove effective only when we have an efficient agency, when we have men of probity, integrity, and ability to carry out the provisions of the acts and other directions that might be issued. It is, however, worth remembering that in our country, in spite of the fact that we have achieved freedom only recently, the number of civil servants taking men serving in all grades and in all cases is proportionately less per thousand than in any other advanced country. We have also to recall what I think I submitted before that the proportion of cognizable crimes in our country is lower than in any other advanced country. So, while there is room for improvement and certainly every question has to be given adequate attention, we have no reason to feel depressed or dejected. Our administrative services and our other services have, on the whole, acquitted themselves creditably. At present, we are engaged in a gigantic undertaking, and our plan is now not a party plan but a national plan which has been frankly and openly accepted by all political parties. So, we have to subordinate minor differences and concentrate on what we all believe is likely to yield greater dividends than anything else. We have since the achievement of independence, and some of those who were associated with administration even before that made earnest efforts to bring about a suitable change in the outlook and approach of all services. There should be complete harmony between the people and their servants. All those who are in service must realize that the people are their masters. Similarly, they have a legitimate ambition to look up to the people for their guidance, assistance, and cooperation. Unless we function in this way, we cannot get full and adequate results. Measures Modern Scientific Company Limited, Calcutta. Dear sirs, we acknowledge receipt of your letter of 20th instant. We will confirm receipt of all the articles after check by our stores department. We invite your kind attention to our earlier letter of the 12th ultimo, pointing out, amongst others, the defects in packing at your end. We wish to remind you that poor packing with inadequate padding inside, especially for brittle articles like test tubes, gas jars, common balances, etc., is resulting in breakages and slight bends to metallic instruments. As you are aware, these are intended for use in the laboratories of schools and colleges. Unless we supply standard articles in good condition, we will be driving the institutions to look to other suppliers. We will therefore be obliged if you can ensure adequate padding within the boxes and strong packing outside too. Though the packages are clearly marked, handle with care. We fear they are susceptible to some amount of rough and careless handling in transit. We request you to take adequate precautions in this regard. Just now, we received intimation that some of the articles sent by you direct on our advice to one of our old customers are being returned to us. We are also given a list of articles broken or spoiled in transit, and we are asked to give credit for those articles or replace them. We wish to retain them for inspection by your representative, Mr. Rajan, when he comes next before return to you after his inspection and after an estimate of the losses consequent on bad packing is correctly assessed, we will claim a proportionate reduction in the bill. We will, of course, prefer the claim if the above losses exceed 15% you ordinarily allow us. You will please recollect that we have earlier sent you a crossed draft for rupees 3000 in favor of the State Bank of India towards our account. We are yet to receive confirmation that you have received the proceeds thereof. We shall arrange to clear the balance as expeditiously as possible, preferably after the visit of your representative. Thanking you, yours faithfully.